organisms belongs to fungi are eukaryotes, means that they have the true nucleus in the cytoplasm. Some of them are multicellular eukaryotes, except yeast, which is the unicellular fungus in this kingdom. And the cells of fungus has cell wall, which composed of chitin. They're able to store the food in the form of glycogen. Most of the individuals of kingdom fungi have filamentous body plan, means the body made up by many filament-like structures, which is called as hyphae. Many hyphae are called as hypha. They are interwoven in the body of a fungus. They're able to form a network-like structure called as mycelium. And at a certain part of the hyphae, they will develop a structure called as spore-producing structures or spore-bearing structures. Hyphae, or in plural hypha, can be divided into two types according to their structures. Septate hyphae means that they have the structure septum along the filament. The septum seems like making a partition to separate the nucleus into different rooms. The second type is cenocytic hyphae or aseptate hyphae. It does not have septum or the partition to separate the nuclei. All organisms belong to kingdom fungi able to reproduce sexually and asexually through spore formation. The sexual and asexual reproduction of the individuals of kingdom fungi can be summarized in this life cycle, which can be divided into the haploid stage, heterokaryotic stage, and diploid stage. The mycelium structure, which consists of a collection of hypha, will perform plasmogamy, which means the cytoplasm of the hypha will undergo fusion. And at this stage, the nuclei found in the cytoplasm do not fuse. And it followed by karyogamy, which means fusion of nuclei, then only they developed a diploid zygote. The zygote will grow and mature to perform meiosis process, which produce haploid structures called as spores. The haploid spores will be dispersed from the parental body, parental fungi, and germinate into a new fungus. The new fungus has the mycelium structure, which able to produce the sexual spore or asexual spore according to their environment. And if we focus on the asexual spore, they will all in the haploid stage since that they develop from the haploid spores. All organisms of kingdom fungi are heterodwarf. Hetero means difference. It means that the organisms of kingdom fungi able to obtain food from different sources. And it can be divided basically into three important roles in the ecology. Fungi function as parasites, decomposers, and some of it are mutualists to certain living things. Mutualist means that they have the give and take relationship with the other organisms. So it can be studied more details if we look at another type of hyphae, the specialized hyphae, which is called as opascles. They're able to exchange the nutrients with the living plant cell, which made this group of fungi different with those who perform as a decomposers, because the decomposers fungi they are going to break down and absorb nutrients from the non-living organic matters. However, the parasitic fungus, they absorb the nutrients from the cells of a living host. Kingdom fungi can be divided into three phyla according to the spore-bearing structures, which can be found in the hyphae. First, phylum Zygomycota. The typical examples is Rhizopus species. Zygomycota has the zygosporangium, or in plural, zygosporangia, okay, which is the structure that form the sexual spore, zygospore. But the members of the phylum Zygomycota able to produce the asexual spores in sporangium. And if we study the structure of hyphae, they are aseptic hyphae, means they do not have the partition along the hyphae. The second phylum is phylum Ascomycota, and the examples is Penicillium species. Penicillium species has the sexual spores formed in the ascus, or in plural asci. The sexual spore is called as ascospore. It can be found in the ascus structure shown in this diagram. But the fungus in the phylum Ascomycota able to produce asexual spores called as conidia, which is found in the conidiophore, and the hyphae is septic hyphae. The last phylum is phylum Basidiomycota, which has the example Agaricus species. They have the sexual spore called as basidiospore formed in the basidium, which plural basidia. So this is the basidium with a few of basidiospore. But for the Agaricus species or the phylum Basidiomycota, the asexual spores are less common, and they have the similar hyphae as the Ascomycota, which is septic hyphae. All the name of phylum under Kingdom Fungi will end with the mycota. Fungi play a field of biological importance in ecosystem. Most of it are saprophytic fungi, means that they're able to break down and absorb the simple organic molecules from the non-living matters. This means they are the decomposers. In nature, some of the fungi are symbiont fungi, such as lichens. The fungi will provide a suitable habitat for the algae species, which is from the kingdom Protista, and the algae able to undergo photosynthesis to provide nutrients for the fungi. And this is what we call it as a mutualist fungi, because they perform the give and take relationship with the algae. And we have another group which is mycorrhizae, or in plural mycorrhiza. This shows that the fungi will provide the water and minerals to the plant in the root part, and the plant's root will provide the carbohydrate, the sugar, to the fungi. So this picture shows the experiment how the plants, which is shown in the green part, they have a more healthy root if compared with those that lack of the fungi components in their root part. But some of the organisms of kingdom fungi are pathogenic, such as Candida species, okay, which is actually from the Ascomycota. They are human pathogen because it can cause candidiasis to humans. Some fungi are pathogens to plants also, such as the species from the phylum Basidiomycota or the species from the Ascomycota. They can cause different diseases to the plants. It's either at their fruit part, leaf, and other parts of the plant. To humans, some fungi are important living things to produce the food commercially, especially in the bakery and cheese production. And in drug industry, the fungi has the pharmaceutical purpose also, especially the example Penicillium notatum. They are well known to produce the penicillin, which is an antibiotic.